what's up? So, I was laying in bed and I was thinking about something, and it's in the terms of forgiveness. And I think a lot of people struggle to forgive people that have done you wrong. You feel like, I mean, obviously you went through something that really hurt you. And I find that a lot of people, they say they forgive someone, but do they really mean it in their heart? You know, you see these comments on YouTube about, yeah, that's what they get for doing that to me. And it's like praying for their downfall, hoping they suffer. And it's just like, if you think about God, right? God is infinite love, He is infinite understanding, infinite um, grace. And obviously, we have to go through certain things um, to kind of show. God puts us through certain things to teach us certain lessons, right? And um, sometimes, like, these lessons are hard, and we're stuck in a very dark place, and we don't have the knowledge or the wisdom or the understanding to get out of the place that we're in. We're just not seeing it clearly, and God will gently nudge us towards where we need to go. But I was just thinking, like, some of these people that people want to hate on, and they want revenge. That's not very godly. I mean, God gave you grace. He gave you grace despite, you may think you're perfect. Obviously, none of us are perfect. We all mess up and fall short of the glory of God. And so He gives you grace, but you're not going to extend that grace out to other people. And I'm not just saying, oh, I forgive them, but to actually forgive them and to understand why, because some of these people are in very dark places. They have no one. They're delusional. They have these entities, these attachments, these thought loops, these beliefs that are all just eating at their mind. They're eating at their soul. They're hurting bad. And that's why you forgive them, because that is not who they are. That's not who God created them to be. That is the devil, the ego, these entities, these principalities working through them and using them. And they can't, and the people that are going through this, they don't see it. And like, it's like if you had it's like the way God would see it, right? You have a kid and you're trying to, you're trying to, raise them and love them and help them understand. And you see this kid, like, let's say they keep sticking their hand in a hornet's nest or something. And you're trying to you're trying to gently guide them away from that, but they keep doing it and they keep making it worse and worse and worse. Just like, think of how painful that is for God to watch. You know, it's like someone He created, that He knew before all of existence, and they come into this world and they get corrupted. They get told what they are. They basically turn into something they're not, and they're blind. They know not what they do. And it's true, they don't. Because it's one of those things where until you go through it like I did. I went through this. You go through it, you develop awareness, and you see it, and you see, oh, okay, I understand now. Until you see that, you don't see it, and you don't get it, and people will try to help you, and you'll push them away, or you'll sabotage yourself, and it's really sad, honestly. And that's why I think you should, if you're having trouble forgiving people, to really sit with that, because they're people too. They have everyone's. I would say, yeah, I would say pretty much everyone who's ever existed in this world at some point has gone through immense grief. That we all have our battles. We all have our scars that we've from things we've gone through that have hurt us. No one goes through this life unscathed. You know, and sometimes people get consumed by the darkness, their grief, their suffering, and you know, sometimes they just need someone to show them grace, like God shows us. Like, pray for your enemies. You pray for them because maybe the prayer, your forgiveness, your positive thoughts towards them, your energy you send them, you know, maybe that's the difference. Because hate just perpetuates more hate. If everyone's negative, it perpetuates more negativity. So how do you cancel out that? You go to the opposite spectrum, right? It's a balance. So instead of hate, you love. Instead of being negative, you're positive. And that neutralizes it, right? It's a balancing. So, you know, the world's crazy right now, and I feel really bad for people. Like, I don't think people see it clearly, like, you know, how bad these people are hurting, and it's not necessarily their fault. Because a lot of the times the things we go through, we don't get to choose. They just sort of happen. Like, if you have a really bad childhood, did you choose that? No, but you went through it. And that shapes, these experiences we go through shape how we perceive reality, how we act in the world. And sometimes we act in ways that are destructive, sabotaging, because we don't see clearly, you know? And yeah, that's why I think it's really important to just pray for those who have wronged you and to let it go, because every time you think of them and you're like, oh, I hate this person, I can't believe they did this to me, blah blah blah, like, you're you're perpetuating that cycle. You're sending negative energy towards them, and you're lowering your frequency, your mood. Like, what good does it do for anyone? Like, honestly, I think a lot of people just don't understand that about forgiveness, and it takes opening your heart. You really have to open your heart and look at it from a different perspective, because sometimes, these people, they're just really hurt. They're hurting inside, and they just need someone. They need love. They need prayers, and they need forgiveness. And if you can be that for them, why wouldn't you? All right, that's it. Peace. Have a blessed day.